right. Hi, everybody. I am a day late. I apologize for that. But I always have to come back and make sure things are right. This is our weekly prompt series. I appreciate all of the love and support that I've been receiving based on all of these different prompts that I put together. And so last week's prompt, which was week 7, I cannot believe I've been doing this for 7 weeks now. It's insane. Is how do you practice mindfulness in your daily life? What benefits have you experienced? And it's so funny because I thought long and hard about this topic. I feel that I used to practice mindfulness intensely every single day, whether I would go off on my lunch break and take a walk, get 10,000 steps a day. I did yoga, meditation, all those things, hula hoop. And I feel like I don't do all of those things anymore. Not because I don't want to, but because my life and my lifestyle has changed so drastically. And so when I think about it, for me, mindfulness is more so of me just journaling. And I know I talked about journaling before, but that is mainly what I see myself practicing. Also, I love to doodle. Every chance I get, I'm scribbling an idea. I love abstract art, and I always find myself creating abstract art. And I love abstract art because everything is subjective and it represents how we view the world. We all have our own different experiences, perspectives, and all those things. And so when I look at abstract art, it makes me happy because I'm like, I am, what I see is my world. I'm in my own world. So I love that aspect of it. And so for me, whenever I start to feel anxious or feel overwhelmed, I just start to doodle, and it helps calm my nerves as well as just, taking a few deep breaths. And to me, they help calm me down a little bit. I also write down my to-do list and how I want to attack all of my tasks, and just creating a plan has been very helpful. And helping me maintain the small mindfulness practices that I still have. I hope to get back to it. I do think that, again, as our life shifts and things change, that we may not always do the things that we once loved. That doesn't mean that we don't love them anymore. It just, there's different seasons for different reasons. And so for me, I hope to get back. I hope to pick up skating again. I hope to do more bike rides and spend more time at the beach and going on like beach walks and runs like I used to. But I'm also open to new mindfulness practices. I think that's very important. Also, another mindfulness practice that I do that I don't always think about, but it is very mindful, is just tracking my spending because I spend a lot of money. And just allocating resources and just allocating money to me, like things that I want, so it doesn't feel like I am depriving myself of something. And it's a great balance. So whether I'm allocating that money to food or to something else that I want, I'm able to do so. So those are some things that I pay attention to, that is very helpful for me. Excuse me. And the last thing I would say is that I keep in contact with people that I love and people who care about me, um, which is my family, my parents, my siblings. I talk to someone at least once a day. If not once a day, it's multiple times throughout the week, 3 to 4 times throughout the week. Again, my family is so important to me. They keep me grounded. And it's so funny because every time I do these prompts, I think about how repetitive some of them are because these things are all interconnected. For me, when it comes to motivation, when it comes to practicing mindfulness, it has my family's involved in some capacity. They make me happy overall. Now we got some issues like most families, but definitely when I just need someone to talk to who understands me, who will listen to my opinions and listen to my thoughts as I try to sort them out. Um, just knowing who to go to is definitely important. And then the last thing, I said that before. As I'm talking, more things are coming up. But one practice that I do often is when I feel my energy is very low, or I'm overwhelmed, I definitely sit out in my car. I just sit out in my car. Sometimes I read out there. Sometimes I'm writing. Sometimes I'm talking to myself. I'm just counseling myself through things. Like for me, I'm a person that I have to process a situation, deal with it, then talk about it. And so definitely just sitting there trying to understand what just happened, what's going on, why I feel this way, and sort of counsel myself through has been very effective and very helpful. Because sometimes when you say words out loud, you hear how you sound, and you're like, that didn't come out right. And so, yeah, those are a few of the things that I think about. And I know other folks have some other ideas. I want to share a list of mindfulness practices that are common. Um, Let me pull it up. I definitely have some examples pulled up somewhere. Yes, so the list here is walking meditation, mindful eating. When I posted this question on my threads, someone talked about mindful eating, and it's something that I talked about in my graduate program, my master's program. I taught a mindfulness class. I was a TA for that, and we talked about like the different foods you're eating and how many times are you chewing and all those things. So when the person commented on the thread, it brought me back to it because it's been on my mind, but like I didn't really tap into it until I started to realize that I wasn't chewing enough. Like I saw myself like eating really fast just to go ahead and address the next situation, and my next task, that I started to experience heartburn. I've never had heartburn before this year, ever. And so now I'm like, okay, I need to be more mindful of how I eat, what I'm eating, how much I'm eating, all of those things. Also, it has a body scan, mindful breathing exercises, journaling, listening. I think that's very important. Important, listening to understand and not listening to respond. That's very needed. Gratitude list. I love that. Um, Something I need to implement more. Gratitude list, sensory exercises, focus on breathing, mindful emailing, which I think is funny. Um, and it says mindful emailing means staying connected to yourself during the email process, as well as staying connected to the fact that you're communicating with another. And I think I do this a lot. Like, I say what I really want to say, and then I put it into some type of AI, whether it's ChatGPT or Gemini. I use that to correct it. I'm saying, please rewrite this in a professional tone. And that's how I do it, because for me, I have to get it out. And if you're anything like me, it takes me too long to send an email. I overthink it. I want to make sure I'm communicating effectively. I'm looking at my word choice. Am I being too lax? Like I'm looking at my audience, like, and all those things. I think I've become a little bit more self-conscious of about my writing, in ways that I never had before, just because of my different roles. And so I'm like, no, let me just say what I really want to say, so I get it out. I get the feelings out, whether positive or otherwise. I get those feelings out, put it into AI engine, and let them have it. So I love that this is the option that mindful, what is it? Yes, mindful emailing. And then another one is, I would say sensory exercises, I think. Okay. Be kind to yourself, gazing meditation, making sounds, so sound baths. Um, There's different mindfulness apps, nature walk, and just simply paying attention to your surroundings. Um, and then let me see. And here's another post from Berkeley. What are the 5 steps of mindfulness? 5 steps of mindfulness include mindful breathing, concentration, awareness of the body, of your body, releasing tension, and walking meditation. So those are like the 5 steps and different exercises to do. And then I love the 4 and 7 C's of mindfulness. So I'm gonna start with the 4 C's of mindfulness, which are creativity, culture, contemplation, and community. And then the 7 C's of mindfulness is sorry, competence, confidence, character, connection, caring, contribution, and creativity. And so, as we explore different ways to stay active and to stay mindful and all those things, choose one or something different to talk about. Um, there's so many different ways you can practice mindfulness. There's no one right way. If you want to go to if you live in Florida, I hope everyone's okay from the hurricane and not only just Florida, but other states who were hit. I hope everyone's okay. But if you go off to the beach and just listen to the waves, listen to the water, watch the birds, that is an act of mindfulness, right? So yeah. Oh, also another one here is just watching what you eat and just paying attention to the different textures and how the food feels and all those things. So, how does it smell? Um, what does it look like? All those things. So, let me find another one. Yeah, I think that's a good one. I think I might close it out here. But I definitely wanted to share this research and these other thoughts with you because I found them very helpful. And again, we're just working every day to be better. None of us are perfect. And I think mindfulness allows us to be human in the moment, but also control ourselves. Like we are the only ones who can control ourselves. So being able to control our emotions are important. Sometimes it may be a challenge, but you just gotta find one of these methods, And so that is all that I have. Let me pull up next week's really quickly. And again, thank you for allowing me to be a little tardy. I actually worked yesterday, so normally I have Sundays off, but I didn't. I picked up a shift Sunday, so I wasn't able. So let me see. All right, so we talked about mindfulness. Well, last week we talked about inspiration and motivation. This week we talked about mindfulness. The week before that we talked about feed forward. And this week is how do you build and maintain positive relationships with colleagues and or clients? And the reason I have clients is because my audience is very diverse. And so just think about how do you maintain relationships in a professional setting, right? Um, I don't know about y'all, but relationship building is important and connecting with people is important for not only you, it like personally, but excuse me, not only for you professionally, but also personally, because you learn things from different people that you can apply in your personal life, or it helps to expand your thinking. I also think about my current classes, like I'm taking a virtual and global leadership course right now, and we talk a lot about this past week, one of our discussion posts focused on shared leadership and what does that mean? What does that look like? So hopefully soon I'll be able to discuss that a little bit more in detail and how it's beneficial, where everybody gets to be a part of the decision making, not just one person making the ultimate decision, but everyone sharing their values and their experience and expertise to help, accomplish goals. And to me, I wrote about it sounding very um, I felt like it was more theory based. I wanted to learn more about the practicality of um, of that leadership style, right? And I love my classmates because we have so many different diverse experiences. Two of my classmates, they shared how they actually used shared leadership, and they talked about the steps, everything that they did. So I, I'm an advocate for it. I promote it, and so I will talk a little bit more about that later. I do want to use have these conversations a little bit more, really bring in my graduate work into AJDC, because I'm doing this for a reason. All of this stuff is connected. Like, please, with me, know that everything is connected. It may seem like, oh, AD does all this stuff everywhere. And it's like, no, it's all going to come together. And if it hasn't already, it will soon. So that is all I have to share. Again, I will be posting um, the new prompt for this week. Please share it in the comments. Reply to this live if you have any um, things you practice, any mindfulness tricks you practice, or the ways that you maintain and build relationships with others. So I will see y'all soon. I hope y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.